Welcome to Drone Law Pro Radio. Today on the program, we're going to be talking about how to buy the right drone for you, whether or not you're flying recreationally or commercially under a Section 333 exemption from the FAA. And we're going to be talking to Brett Velikovich, who runs expertdrones.com. He's got a couple of retail locations where you can buy drones. How are you doing today, Brett?
Hey, I'm doing good, Enrico. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Brett, tell us a little bit about expertdrones.com.
Yeah, absolutely. So Expert Drones is a full-fledged drone company that has retail locations across the U.S. where we physically have the drones on display, and we're talking high-end drones. So the DJI Phantom lines, the Inspires, we sell 3D robotics, Unique, you name it. If it's a quality drone, a higher-end drone, we're selling it at our retail stores. And at those locations, we also have personnel there that do everything from service the drones, repair them, provide consultation to organizations that are looking to integrate drones into their operations. And then essentially at these locations, you can also get a lot of the questions that you have regarding what are the current restrictions on being able to fly them, where can you fly them, what's the best drone for your needs, whether or not you need a high definition camera or you need something to even potentially carry a specific payload. That's what we do at our different locations, and we're based out of Washington, D.C. We've got a retail store in the Tyson's Corner Mall in Virginia, in McLean, Virginia. We've got a store in Houston, Texas, Scottsdale, Arizona, Kentucky, and we're about to open up one in Paramus, New Jersey, just outside of New York City. So lots of options here for people that just might not know exactly what drone they're looking for and want to talk to specialists that understand how to get them in the right drone.
Yeah, and so Brett, we represent currently over 50 or 60 Section 333 clients, who are trying to fly commercially and getting their exemption from the FAA so that they can be safe and compliant. But one thing that we find day in and day out is virtually everyone is already shopping for that next drone, right? The technology is continuing to evolve, but there's this huge disconnect between, hey, wanting to be in a drone business and having the resources necessary to understand which drone you should purchase for a specific application, and also getting the support that you need once you buy that drone. When you buy a drone from Amazon.com or directly from the manufacturer such as DJI, you get almost no customer support or no customer support. And it sounds like that's what ExpertDrones.com really brings to the table. Tell us a little bit about your support model.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, service and support is one of the key things that customers always come to us for, because when you go to a big department store and you purchase a drone there, the same guy who's selling you a refrigerator or a cell phone, he's also selling you a drone. He doesn't know more than likely even how to turn the drone on, update the firmware, understand the true capabilities of the drone, and that's why companies like us at Expert Drones are in business, because people want to come to a organization, a business that truly knows the ins and outs of drones. And we train our customers all the time on how to start up the drone, everything from going over all the different camera components to doing the firmware updates, which can be very complicated initially when you're first starting. Sure. To ensure that your drone has the most up-to-date software, because especially when you're flying these, you start to see, wow, how powerful drones truly are, how high they can go, how far they can fly, how high definition the cameras are. And you don't really understand that until you see the drone flying for the first time. And that's why when you purchase a drone, you really want to purchase it from a company that knows what they're doing, that can help you, that can provide service. And we have experts, technicians that are on standby, either through expertdrones.com, through emails that we get, or at our retail locations, where we provide varying levels of service. From we'll get customers who call us that'll be in the middle of nowhere, and they want to understand how to change the camera settings so that either the drone can follow you around or you can set waypoints. We're constantly getting calls from customers who purchased a drone from somewhere else at a large department store, and then have no idea how to truly utilize the capability for what they're trying to use it for. And there's really different classes of drones for what you're using. If you're trying to do agriculture, if you're trying to work drones for 3D modeling and construction purposes, or if you're just simply trying to fly drones for fun, there are a bunch of different types of capabilities that you're going to want to understand before you go into spending, investing in a drone, and really looking at which one is the right one for you. And that's where we come in at expertdrones.com.
Right, and that is a huge value for both commercial and recreational flyers, because it is confusing. There's a lot of technology out there. The technology is always in motion, and no one's got the time, to run their business and conduct their flights, and also have that intimate knowledge with the different platforms and different payloads and different accessories that you're going to want to integrate into your drone operation. I was in Best Buy the other day, and it occurred to me that Best Buy was selling drones, and I was wondering what they were selling in terms of Christmas drones. And so I asked the guy where their drones were and whether or not they were selling DJI drones, and he said, no, we're not selling DJI. And then he led me to the drones, and of course most of the drones that they were selling were DJI. He didn't even know what a DJI quadcopter was, and it occurred to me that these big box stores, their employees have very little, if any, knowledge about SUAS and drones at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times customers have been coming to us recently, especially because of all the news out there regarding whether or not you're going to have to register your drone, can you fly this legally? So we're often answering questions, outside simply the capabilities of the drone, but what are the current regulation parameters? What are the requirements to be able to fly them legally? And there's a lot of news out there, and I'm sure you're seeing this on your end as well, that is misleading or is just not very clear on what are the legal requirements to be able to fly these things. And it often scares consumers. It scares people that are just they just want to buy a drone for their son or their daughter or husband. They come in and they want to know, can we fly these things? And you're not going to be able to get that if you go to some of these bigger box stores, because they just don't understand the details that we need to, because we're dealing with drone customers and drone hobbyists and experts every single day. And that's as of late. Registration requirements and regulations are a hot topic,
Yeah.
and so it's important to understand what you're doing as well in that regard.
So if I'm in New Jersey or Houston, Texas, or McLean, Virginia, or Scottsdale, Arizona, or Kentucky or Washington, D.C., I've got this great advantage that I can actually go into one of your stores and touch and feel and look at the drones and have that advantage, as opposed to having to simply be relegated online. But I take it you also sell to a lot of customers online, even if they aren't in those locations.
Right. I mean, our company started out online, and we've sold drones all around the world. I mean, we've got even customers in South Africa and Germany. We ship all around the world, but we're constantly dealing with customers from different parts of the U.S. as well that will call us up or send us an email or send our support team questions. And so we've got a warehouse that distributes hundreds of drones a week to different locations around the U.S. Everything from the small nano drones that can fly around with cameras on them, all the way up to the big industrial size drones. And so you can go online to our store, get a good understanding of quick blurbs regarding what drone might be right for you. We even have it sectioned off by beginner, intermediate, expert, if depending on what class you're in, if you're starting out or if you already know what you're doing. So there's a lot of good information and even videos on our website as well that can help you get started if you're looking at making the investment of purchasing a drone.
So really, from the whole range. So if I'm a mom or dad and I'm looking to buy a drone for my kid, and I have no idea what I should be considering, or which drones are going to be the best, contacting expertdrones.com is a great option. And if I'm a Section 333 exemption petitioner, and I'm looking to do agricultural inspections. And I'm trying to figure out which drone is going to be the best with the, and which payload is going to be the best payload option. Under either of those scenarios, expertdrones.com is going to be a resource. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Absolutely, and just call us up. You can simple Google search if you're close to our retail locations. You'll find a local number to call. Call one of our reps there, or you can simply call our main corporate office in Washington D.C. at any time. And we're always working day and night. So if even if it's the smallest question you may have about a drone, feel free to give us a call, and we'll be able to help you out where we can.
Now, the other piece of it is once you get your drone, Brett, you have to learn to fly the drone. Are you
Right.
guys doing anything in the training area?
Yeah, absolutely. So typically, what we do with most of our orders of the Phantom 3 DJI line and above is we provide our customers with a very quick kind of one pager that explains how to get started with the drone, how to fly it, where you should fly it, things to watch out for. But we also do training sessions. So we'll go out there, we'll fly drones with our customers, make them feel real comfortable with understanding the movements. The great thing about the higher end drones is that they essentially fly on their own. They're all GPS stabilized.
Yep.
They're utilizing satellite technology. The natural state of these higher end drones is to hover. So it's not like these old toys. I mean, drones are no longer toys. I mean, that's why people are starting to use these for commercial purposes. And that's because there's just some fantastic tech now built into these things. But at the same time, you still want to understand the basic flight maneuvers and how to fly safely and make sure that you're using the right controls for a particular video that you might be trying to film. And then on top of that, a lot of folks want to understand, and I mentioned it before, which is just the firmware and software updates, which can be initially a little bit daunting to make sure that you have the right drone. Virtually every, when you purchase your drone, you'll more than likely have a message when you open it up indicating that some software update is required, whether that's the remote, whether that's the drone itself, or even simply the battery. And it can be it can make folks a little bit nervous about flying it for the first time. And so that's one of the things that we always cover. And then we even get into the video editing of it, because a lot of the higher end drones now come with video editing software that allows you to edit video even when it's flying in the air. And so we tend to cover that as well as a number of different automated features that are now regularly available.
Excellent. Does Expert Drones do anything by way of repair, Brett?
Yeah, absolutely. So not only do we offer crash insurance, which is a benefit of some of the more expensive drones that we sell, where essentially if you have any accident with your drone, I mean, it could crash, you could even run it over with your car or anything, as long as you can recover the drone, you essentially can get a new one back. And that's an added feature that we have available for our Expert Drones customers. But at the same time, we also repair. So we have customers all around the U.S. that will ship us their drones. Sometimes they'll have hard landings and maybe the camera might malfunction, or potentially they've had a bad crash and the frame is broken, and we can repair everything as little as a small cable that allows the cameras to function correctly, all the way up to completely restoring the whole entire drone. So we're constantly receiving drones in at our Washington D.C. location that customers will ship from all across the U.S. We have about a 10-day turnaround time, and what we do is we run through a 18-point system that we break down the drone fully, and then we repair it to figure out exactly what's wrong, because sometimes you might think it's only a frame damage, but really there's some internal components that need to be fixed. So we're doing repairs, and then at each of our retail sites we also have one individual that is designated as that technician repair, and we're an authorized repair facility at these spots as well. So you can just bring your drone in if you're close to one of our retail spots as well.
Excellent. Now, what's the rent-a-drone program that expertdrones.com offers?
Yeah, so the rent-a-drone program is really just a mechanism for people that may want to try out a drone. They don't want to necessarily make the investment yet of $1,000 plus, and they want to either either just simply try it out for a few days to see if it's something they like, or oftentimes the customers that we have had that have purchased, that have done the rented drone programs, have been organizations like news agencies who are doing stories and they just want to get a quick 1 or 2 hours of footage with the drone. A lot of times they know how to fly them already, the cameramen do, but they just want a really nice high quality drone. And so we've got drones in each class that are able to be rented out for the day, for the week. And then essentially works a lot like a Netflix or a GameFly, where we send the drone out. We have them fully insured, so you've got protection there if there's any crashes, and then you keep it as long as you need it, and then you ship it back to us. So it's a good option for people that either only want a few hours to fly, or they just want to test it out and make sure that they've got the right drone for their needs.
Awesome. Well, that's great, Brett. Really thankful that you came on the show today. You know, we get these questions all the time from our Section 333 clients, and there are just so few resources out there for both recreational and commercial operators to be able to figure all this stuff out. We will certainly be sending some stuff your way, and we really appreciate you being on the show today.
Thanks, Enrico, for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, so today we covered a bunch of things about purchasing, renting, repairing, and insuring drones. We will see you next time on Drone Law Pro Radio. Thanks, Brett.